Right now, a manhunt is underway across central Washington for this man. He is the father of 3 young girls who were found dead near Leavenworth. The sisters were first reported missing from Wenatchee on Friday after their father, 32-year-old Travis Decker, did not bring them home from a scheduled visitation. Police say that he was spotted driving north out of the city that evening. His truck was found yesterday afternoon near Rock Island Campground. Investigators say the girls' bodies were found in the same area. Joining us now is King 5 law enforcement analyst, former King County Sheriff John Urquhart. This kind of story is not something that we cover very often. Where do they even start with this investigation?
Well, thankfully, we don't have to cover it very often. Yeah. What they do now is they're trying to find where this guy is. That's the main thing. They've got charges against him, not only murder charges, but the original custodial interference. Where is he? That's what everybody wants to know, and especially the police.
Were you surprised at what we just learned and shared with our audience, that the mom had never expressed concerns about the safety of the girls with their dad?
I was a little bit surprised about that, to have gone from she wasn't afraid for them to this ending is really surprising.
Concerned that he reportedly maybe wasn't didn't have a home, was living out of his car or campgrounds, etc., but never expressing concerns that he might actually harm them. So this suspect is 32 years old. He is former military. He is trained. What do you expect is happening as they are out searching for him?
Well, they're out searching for him, certainly in the immediate area. They have his truck, so they don't think presumably they don't think he has any means of transportation. So did he commit suicide someplace nearby? Is he holed up in the woods waiting for something to happen? Who knows? But they've got a lot of people out there. They've got a lot of resources out there, including the federal government, federal helicopter, SWAT team. They'll find him here before too long, would be my guess.
I was just going to ask you, how long do you think it might take? Because, I mean, it is a broad area, but he isn't in his truck. So how long do you think something like this would take? And what do you expect they'll find?
Presumably he's on foot, so who knows how long it's going to take. He could be holed up in the woods somewhere, and it could be a while. But I would be surprised if he got too far away.
You were in law enforcement for a very long time. A case like this has to be excruciatingly difficult for law enforcement.
Well, it's difficult for law enforcement. Yeah, we're all parents. Yeah, really what it boils down to. Almost all of us have kids. I have 2 daughters. This is just absolutely unthinkable. And it doesn't matter whether you're in law enforcement or not. It's still a huge tragedy. It's just unthinkable.
And, you know, we've learned more details that they found zip ties and the girls were found asphyxiated and bags. And you wonder, how is it possible that anyone could do such a thing to their own children?
You can't. As normal feeling human beings, we try to understand. And sometimes there's nothing to understand because we can't. Someone is mentally ill, maybe they're just evil, and we can't make any sense of it. We shouldn't really try to make sense of it. It's just one of those things that happens. We try to stop it, we try to prevent it before it happens. We just weren't successful in this case.
I mean, everyone, I'm sure, their hearts are just going out to the mom, the family involved, the community in Wenatchee. Another night where they're going to have a vigil for these girls. What happens with law enforcement and how they're handled on a case like this and making sure they get the care they need after something so horrible?
The number one priority at this point is to find this guy. Yeah. That's what everybody's thinking about. That's what they're focused in on, and they'll worry about their own mental health, and that's really what we're talking about once this guy is either found or is in custody. And that's really what it boils down to now, is finding this guy, and everybody, I guarantee you, everybody working on this case is focused on that.
And you think that will be sooner rather than later?
I think it'll be sooner rather than later, what I know, at least so far.
Sheriff Urquhart, we always appreciate your assessment and your years of experience in a situation like this. Unfortunately, I have to have you come in on a day like this, but thank you always for your time.
Anytime.